Aloha and mahalo, all of my YouTube family. I want to thank you guys for joining me once again today for another exciting head scratching episode of Insane Disappearances. Today, I am going to be showing you and talking about the recent case that I posted about Kendrick Johnson and what happened to him. This is a photo of him, I guess, right before basketball practice. Now I'm gonna get to the other photo in a second, but it seems that there has been a break in the case. I didn't get a chance to see about anything on the internet. I'm not sure if they even have it up there yet, but this is very telling. Very telling. It seems that the person, there's a person of interest within that has something to do with the murder of Kendrick Johnson. But what I got here is a statement from a couple. Well, there's a young man who has he made a statement about who the guy was and what he was all about. Okay, the second photo. But from what it says here, Kendrick Johnson, Valdosta, Georgia teen murdered and wrapped in a vertical gym mat at his high school in January 2013. His death was ruled accidental, which is very true. Now later, it's discovered that at some point after his death, someone removed his internal organs and replaced them with newspaper. And I think that also brought up issue about organ harvesting, which is a pretty big thing that's been happening to a lot of young black men and women, teenagers preferably. Now, the fact that they can't seem to find out who is actually doing it, I don't, that's the part that really gets me the most out of all of this, because this happened right after he was buried, so it's almost as if somewhere between the coroner's office and the grave site, his organs were removed from his body. How they was able to do that without anyone knowing, and the fact that when they exhumed the body, his organs were missing, everything was missing, so they couldn't do an autopsy, to find out exactly what happened to him. But in this case, I think there's a huge break in it, allegedly. I'm not completely sure. I'd have to read into some more information about this. But it goes on to say the alleged murderer is Brian Bell, a football player at the same school. His father is a retired FBI agent. Okay, now after years of zero answers in the case, someone has come forward with information about what really happened. Now there is a signed statement below this article that I'm reading on Facebook. But it clearly states, it says, side note, Facebook has deleted the two posts I tried to share from other people's pages. So I had to make my own. I'm pretty sure they'll delete this one too if it gets too much attention. So copy the pics and share this so that the truth is finally out. And in the Crooked County of Valdosta, Georgia, can't force Kendrick's parents to pay over $300K in attorney fees for the killers who tried to escape justice. And it's a pretty big one. And this one, it has a picture of Kendrick Johnson and a picture of the alleged person that basically murdered him. Now, in one of the statements, it says that Brian Bell was taking steroids, and they say he went through a period of what did he call it? I think trying to make sure I get the right term that they used. I think it was. Let me see. Hold on. Let me make sure. I want to make sure I get that term right. Cause they say he was taking steroids, and he called it a certain. I think it's called roid rage, kind of like road rage, but it's roid rage, like short for steroids. And he went through a period of roid rage, and which is of course from the effects of the steroids. It states after that he struck Kendrick Johnson in the neck with a 45-pound weight or dumbbell. Let's see, Brandon Bell, which I would think is his brother. It says Brandon Bell stated that Brian Bell opened that the aforementioned blow may have broken Kendrick Johnson's neck. Okay, so yeah, that's a pretty big statement, in this case. So basically, it shows that he, killed Kendrick Johnson at that point, and to not be found out about, he actually probably rolled him up in that mat. Give me 1 second, hold on. Oh boy, sorry about that, people. My darn TV was acting up. I paused it and it unpaused it. So, okay, so like I said, but that is really it on that case. It's a big jump in the case as far as the evidence, but it's a very telling one. So sometimes even the smallest evidence can be the biggest. Even though it's not really small, this is a huge break in the case about someone that allegedly killed Kendrick Johnson, and the fact that he struck him in the neck with a dumbbell. I would imagine if he broke his neck, I would think that he probably struck him from the back, which is where the neck bone is. So that would be probably the best way to strike someone and break his neck that fast, if that was what he was aiming for. I know he could have been aiming from the side, or he could have been aiming from the back, or this side, who knows. But it said that it appears that he broke his neck. So, from that blow. And I have heard a lot about people who took steroids, and a lot of people were affected by it in a mental type of way. I don't know of anyone that has done that or has been through that. I know some people that I went to high school with that were taking steroids. But that's another whole story. But I'm glad I was able to find out about that. It was actually on a page of a person that I know on Facebook, and when I read it, I was shocked. That they actually found someone who is looked at as one of the main suspects in his death. And the fact that his father is a retired FBI agent. I wouldn't say. Well, that would be the reason. I would think that would be the reason why they covered it up, because of the fact that his father was probably well known in the FBI circuits, and they used this murder to protect him and his son. And I've heard a lot about that. In law enforcement, where people are protected because of other people that they may know personally. And that's a wrong thing to do when it comes to someone else who was killed, and you're gonna cover that up just because you know that person. No. If you did the crime, you got to do the time, basically. So hopefully they will bring this young boy to justice. I mean, too many years have gone by without knowing exactly what happened to Kendrick Johnson, and I really hope that the parents can be put at ease with this, and hopefully that information and that will turn into some major evidence, so they won't have to keep paying all those fees for court costs or attorney fees and all that stuff, because they shouldn't even have to pay anything, at all. But that's the system. You can't help but go along with it because it's part of the American society. But anyway, guys, I just wanted to make sure you guys got that information. I wanted to get that out to you as soon as I heard about it, because I just read it today. So I wanted to get a video out real quick on what happened. So I will be looking at some other cases that I've already made a thumbnail for 2 cases that I promised I was going to look at, and this was about these 2 women in Argentina that seemed to disappear. Actually, one of them was a little girl. That she disappeared, and they think that the father had something to do with her disappearance. But I gotta read more into it just to see if there's gonna be any weird stuff attached to it. And there's this other woman, who was the first person I looked up. Can't remember her name right now, but I do have her name on file, so I have to go into her case and read more into it. So I will be posting more videos, hopefully later on tonight or maybe tomorrow, because I gotta contact. I was contacted by my little brother, and he wants me to come visit him. Because he's here in Georgia, visiting the family. So I want to make sure I get a chance to go see him. So I'm probably going to go. I'm not sure, because he hasn't got back with me of how long he was going to be here. So I want to try and get a chance to see him probably. If not later on today, I'll go up there to see him, or I'll go, maybe first tomorrow. Even though my family is supposed to be, getting together for a Labor Day dinner, so probably later on in the evening I'll go up there to see him and just come back the next day, since Tuesday I'm actually off too. So like I said, I'm off for the whole week, well, except for Wednesday, because they asked me to do some off day overtime, and I gotta go in and make that money. So But anyway, guys, that's it on this story. If there's any more information on Kendrick Johnson, I will definitely post it, and you definitely get the information. So without further ado, you know how I do it at the end. Aloha, mahalo, and hui ho. Peace out, guys.